Listen carefully, everyone. We got 4 weeks until everything changes for crypto. I don't say that lightly. Every once in a while, the data, the charts, and the politics, they all line up. And when they do, you know what happens. The markets absolutely explode. We're there again right now. XRP's open interest, it just flushed to historic lows. CNBC just told the world Bitcoin's about to go parabolic in Congress. They're 90% of the way towards passing the single biggest crypto bill in US history. You can feel it. The setup's too clean. The timing is too perfect. 4 weeks from now, we could be looking at the moment, this moment, as the one that kicked off the real bull run. So I want you to buckle in, turn up the volume, kick up those feet. Because once I show you what's lining up under the surface, you're going to understand why I'm saying this. Everything is about to change. Folks, welcome back to the show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and press that thumbs up. The more thumbs up we get, well, guess what? The more YouTube is going to push this video. And we need YouTube to push the video. Bitcoin, $113,518. It's currently up 1.47%. ETH, back over 4K. It is up over 3%. And XRP, you know, coin market cap, they're doing a little trickery here. It should be that number 4 coin, but it's coming in at the number 5 spot, coming in at $2.64. It is up over 11% in the last week. Total cryptocurrency market cap, 3.76 trillion. You know what comes next? That's going to be $4 trillion. So let's start with this. This is going to really segue us into where we are going. All right. I showed you this chart. I made the tweets. I told you, shh, don't say anything. And you know what? No one said anything. It had almost 10,000 views and only had 4 comments. Only one of them was a real comment, 3 ghosts. That's good. And what happened? Well, XRP started its move up, folks. Look how close we are now. Look how close we are to breaking above and turning this daily chart into a bullish level. We are almost there, and that leads us into the open interest. Let's talk about it. Because open interest on Binance just dropped to the same levels that we saw back in May. I'm telling you this again because this is very, very important. Let me blow it up for those of you looking at the screen. The same level we saw back in May, we currently are. You know what happened, right? After this, we got a 600% move. 600% move. What this chart is showing you is that all your leverage has been wiped out. But no one's telling you this, right? Your leverage is gone. That's a reset of the markets, right? The whales, they're accumulating again and again and again while everyone else is bored. Leverage resets, price stabilizes, and the new liquidity hits the system. That's when the rally really detonates. Low leverage, strong spot buying, trap shorts. This is the same pre-launch structure that precedes every single vertical move on XRP. Yeah, it's quiet now, right? It's starting to make some noise. You can kind of hear it in the background. People are like glancing at it real quick and then quickly looking away. You know what that is? That's the sound before ignition. And then we get this, and we've seen this clip. I'm not going to play it again, but this is going to set up the next segment. So CNBC, they're out there. They're comparing gold to Bitcoin. We told you gold and Bitcoin is the chart to pay attention to. If you don't want to, you want to use the M2, go ahead. But they're both going to tell us the exact same story, that we are going so much higher, right? History is very clear. Bitcoin starts to rip, XRP follows. It's always the second wave beneficiary. Nothing has changed since I've been here, since 2017. People always want to say XRP is going to run by itself. Well, when it proves to do that, and it proves that it is the first runner in a bull cycle, we can change the data into theory. But as of now, the past 8 years, this is the 3rd cycle, Bitcoin always moves first. Why am I showing you that? Because I want to get you into the setup right now on XRP. This chart was put out, right? And you can see that XRP is starting to wake up. You can see the volume marked in gray on your right-hand side. That's your volume shelf. That's exactly where your accumulation happens before a breakout. You can see where the volume shelf is sitting at 220 to 260, 70-ish range. Volume's rising, your candles are clean, and the structure's textbook is bullish. This isn't a random spike we just got up. This is what we call coordinated positioning. Now, you combine that with what's happening behind the scenes, the Coinbase CEO, Brian Armstrong, he's telling you that we have a lot of momentum for crypto legislation, 90% done. It's at an all-time high. He's been sitting down with both Democrat and the Republican parties, and he's like, look, it's happening. It's coming. This is that rare kind of bipartisan agreement. This is the kind of language you hear right before a policy is locked and loaded, right? And Senator Lumen, she gave us the timeline. She told us that it is coming. It is coming before Thanksgiving or Christmas. And I had the video pulled up. I must have deleted it. I wanted to play it for you. Hold on. I'm going to get it for you. I want you to hear what Senator Loomis has to say on this, because this bill is going to be key for the clarity for what we need to get the ETFs into the market, to get everything into the market. And this video is going to segue us into what happens next, right? What happens when this bill is actually passed. So stick around. If you don't want to listen to her speak, just fast forward about a minute 30 and you can get into our last segment of what happens when this bill passes. And you're going to like what you got to hear. Trust me.
And last month was a huge month for crypto regulation, with the House passing 3 crypto-related bills. One of those bills, the Genius Act stablecoin regulation bill, was signed into law. So we got our first piece of crypto legislation signed into law, many calling it a watershed moment. How would you categorize it, and what does it signal to the country related to crypto and its priorities for crypto regulation?
Well, we're finally embracing President Trump's goal of having the United States remaining the digital asset capital of the world. We shouldn't be ceding that role to the United Arab Emirates or to Singapore. Even Japan, which is notoriously cautious, has a more robust digital asset regulatory framework than we do, because they're starting to embrace innovation. And it's very important the United States retain that role. So Wyoming has led. Because Wyoming led, I had the embedded statutory framework that Wyoming passed to move into Washington. So we've adapted it to Washington regulatory dominance in commodities and securities, and we're moving forward for it. So we did stablecoins first. The Genius Act passed. It's now law, and that provided the momentum we needed to do market structure.
All right, so stable coins first. Now we're going to get the market structure. So let's talk about this, right? This bill is going to give full legal clarity for digital asset trading, custody, and settlement. Translation here? Well, it's simple. Every major U.S. bank, fund, and pension will finally have the green light to enter crypto without regulatory risk. We're not talking about a few retail traders here, folks. We're talking about the trillions of dollars that are on the sideline. All those dollars that are waiting for the all clear. When those gates open, liquidity is going to flood the system. Spot Bitcoin ETFs are going to expand. Altcoin ETFs will multiply. And XRP, with its clear head start in this race for your alt assets, is going to become that institutional bridge asset. Think about it for a second. Ripple already has the framework. They already got the global banking partnerships. They're already ISO compliant messaging, custody infrastructure as well. When regulations hits, they don't have to build everything. They're already operational as of today. That's why XRP's ETFs being live first is such a massive advantage, because by the time Wall Street's ready to deploy capital, XRP rails, they're already going to be paved. So when this bill becomes law, and you heard it from Senator Cynthia Lumens here, you heard it from Brian Armstrong, they're thinking we're going to get it within the next couple of weeks. But when it does become law, those new doors open. We're not talking about a small rally. We're talking about an avalanche of money moving from traditional markets into digital assets. This isn't wishful thinking, everyone. This is literally the next logical step in global liquidity migration. And XRP, once again, it's sitting dead center It's ready to bridge the old system into the new one. Think about that. And the chart, well, it still looks good. We got the monthly close coming up on payday Friday next week. We get a monthly close and we can get this thing back above this 270-ish region. And then we can have the 4-hour, the 1 day, and the 1 month all flip bullish. That's exactly what we want to see, which is going to lead us into a very strong November and December. I hope you're ready. Look, it's coming. It is 100% coming. We're not done. This isn't a bear market. Stay strong out there. I'll catch all y'all in the next one.